Hello, my name is Steven Rojas. I study electrical engineering. I talking about multi-level Class D amplifier ICS for portable and home audio products. Electronic amplifiers can mean both a type of electronic circuit or a stage. Ambiguous friction is tuning increasing sensitivity of current, the voltage or the power of the signal that is applied to its input, obtaining the inscribed signal at the output. To amplify the power, it's necessary to obtain the energy from an external power source. Short introduction to Infinite Collapse, the audio solution. Look at this.
Hi, this is Jun Honda. Today I'm going to introduce Class D audio solutions. Let me start with how Class D works briefly. Here's the diagram of a basic Class D amplifier. You have an audio signal input on your left side and speaker on your right hand side. First, to do the Class D amplifications, the input signal is converted into PWM, pulse width modulation, and then switch the MOSFET to amplify the signal. And then after that, using a low pass filter to retry back the analog signal into the speaker. This Class D is different from the previous Class AB. The main difference is the power device is used as a switch, so there is no power loss. Now, let me compare this previous Class AB versus Class D. This is the picture of Class AB amplifier, 100 watt plus 100 watt, 2 channels. From the audio market trend of multi-channels, more channels, smaller size requirement, and energy savings, and the other side of silicon technology advance of MOSFET and controller ICs, now today's Class D amplifier comes with a smaller size with very high performance. Next, let's take a look at audio market. First audio market is home audio. Home audio consists of mini component stereos, sound bars, and home theater systems. Next market is pro audio. Pro audio consists of music instrument amplifiers, concert amplifiers, and PA systems. The last market we address is car audio. The car audio market has OEM car audio, aftermarket car audio, and leisure boat applications. Next, let me touch with Class D audio product portfolios. We have 2 flavors of products. One is discrete solution, and the other is integrated solution. First one is discrete, the second one is integrated. The discrete solution is based on a high voltage controller IC, single channel to 4 channels, associated with Class D audio MOSFET, ranging from 55 volt to 200 volt. This is to address relatively higher power, 100 watt and above. For lower power, we have integrated solutions. This integrates the same controller IC and MOSFET into a single package to address less than 150 watt. To get started, we offer various reference designs. This is an example of a reference design called IRAUD AMP5. As you could see, this reference design consists of all the necessary functions and peripheral circuits to demonstrate how to connect Class D chipset to those circuits, as well as optimal PCB layout. Infineon offers various kinds of reference designs: high performance, high power density, high scalability, and high power. A designer can take this design into their design and accelerate the design process. For more details, please visit our website, infineon.com/audio. Thank you for your time.
Features. The amplifier can perform its function passively by varying the relationship between current and voltage, keeping the power constant similar to a transformer, or actively taking power from a power source and increasing the power from the signal at its output from the amplifier, usually maintaining the shape of the signal but giving it greater amplitude. The relationship between the input and the output of the amplifier can be expressed as function and the frequency of the input signal, which is called the transfer function, which indicates the gain of the signal for each frequency. It is common to keep an amplifier working within a certain frequency range in which it behaves in a linear way. These amplifiers, called the active element, can be vacuum tube of a transistor. Vacuum tubes are widely used in some amplifiers, especially designed for audio. Preferred in some musical sites for its frequency response, or high power amplifiers in radio frequency. Transistors are the basis of modern electronics, within more complex circuits are designed, such as operational amplifiers, which in turn are used in other such as instrumentation amplifiers. Well, Class D may be or better known as switching amplification is one that uses the switched mode of transistors to regulate power delivery. Is characterized by high efficiency, small energy loss, and this brings with it fewer heat sinks at power, reducing the overall size and weight of the equipment block or amplification system. Picture number 1, Class D amplifiers basic circuit. Picture number 2, amplifiers Class D analyze. Then the output voltage is proportional to the supply, can be used an amplitude modulator. Lower operating frequency because the transistor work in commutation. Are Class D amplifiers high fidelity? We're now saying Class D audio amplifiers used in high fidelity sound equipment with the ability to handle hundreds of watts of power with higher efficiency and linearity while simultaneously attaining total harmonic distortion (THD) that is far below 0.05%. How to set up the evaluation model? Look at this.
Here I will show how to set up the evaluation module as a quick start. So hook up the evaluation board, input signal, and get some music playing. We have here our evaluation module. In this case it carries the MA12070P. This is a digital input variant. In this case you can see I have already connected the speaker cables, and that connects to the speakers that are up here. For ease of setup, I'm using this front end module. This front-end module takes a SPDIF, toslink, or just a regular analog input, converts it to I2S, and connects nicely into our evaluation module. So for that, I'm using just a simple MP3 player, so with a mini jack cable, analog input. This will be my music source. And here I have a USB cable that connects to this USB dongle and then connects to my computer, which will run the GUI software. And with the GUI software, I can set up our device and manipulate different configurations. Here I'm going to set up our evaluation module. First step is to connect the power supply, which I'm going to do here with plus and minus, of course. There. And there. I'm going to leave it off for now. First connect the other parts. So here I'm going to connect the front end boards. So that connects nicely in front of our evaluation module. In this case I'm going to use just the analog input, so mini jack cable here. And connect my little MP3 player like this. Right. Last step is USB cable connection to this dongle that sits on top of the evaluation module and connect that to my computer. Okay. Now I can turn on the power supply. In this case I'm using 20 volts, which is sufficient for most applications and for a first test. Enable the device, and right now it should be possible to start up our software tool that you can download from the Infineon website. Simply download, unzip and execute the executable. There we go. There's a main screen and also a small digital audio processor part, which I can set volume control and limiters. So right now it's still muted, and I will turn on some music, unmute, and actually start playing.
Well, in conclusion, Class D amplifiers had involved a lot of science. They were first invented, achieving performance levels similar to conventional amplifiers, and even better in some respects, such as in high low output impedance that allows for bass without effort. All this with the great advantage of high efficiencies, of course, only if they are designed correctly. However, while very attractive, Class D designs are not very DIY friendly. In order to ac- activate a properly functioning design in terms of efficiency, performance, and EMI, very careful PCB layout is mandatory. Some component selections are critical. Of course, proper instrumentation is absolutely necessary. This article has been written in order to shed some light on the internals, advantage, and pitfalls of little known and even less known technology. Everyone thinks the glass means digital. I hope that after reading this article, no one thinks that no longer. Thank you for your attention. Bye.